like the third gayest podcast we have.
The third.
I mean, you said this was the gayest, and I'm like, it's definitely not the gayest. This is like the third gayest one. No party preference. Maybe in your mind, it's the gayest because you don't like these topics, but I don't care. You're doing it anyways.
Unless we have like a gossip podcast, which is just like Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, we do. It's called Game Rage Gossip. It's coming out soon.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
No, it is. I made the fucking logo for it, so it's coming out soon.
No, you're lying.
It looks like that Vanderpump Rules, like where it's just got the whatchamacallit.
Dude, I hate all those fucking shows. I can't stand them.
And
I can't stand those people. They fight over nothing most of the times, and it's like misinterpretations of situations. They start fucking mountains out of molehills and shit. But
yeah,
I digress.
Unlike here at No Party Preference, where we make mountains out of mountains, all right? Like, because these are real problems.
Yeah, we make fucking fault lines and shit.
Fault lines.
Fault lines of truth.
Yeah, of truth. There you go. That's going to be a shirt. Anyways, yeah, this is No Party Preference. I'm Josh. He's Adam.
Yep.
And today we're going to talk about, like, I am fucking visibly agitated and confused, and my jimmies are rattled now. My almonds have been fully activated.
Dude, I swear, man, if somebody's listening to this, just you saying your jimmies are rattled is gonna rustle. It's gonna
rattle their jimmies.
It's gonna rustle their fucking jimmies for sure.
Probably. And we're gonna talk about this whole government shutdown / Elon Musk being president. What do you mean already?
It's the Congress is already shutting down?
Yes, it's literally in less than 20 or 23 or 25 hours from now.
Oh man, it felt like we were overdue for one just because I feel like the last time this happened, they just had like a 6-month extension.
Yeah, that's what they've been doing. But now there's some shit that happened, which we're going to talk about.
Oh, okay, fun.
So, anyways, before we get into that, if you want to follow us on our social medias, you can go to Game Rage Magazine on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Like, comment, and subscribe, all that bullshit, yada, yada. If you want to follow us on Twitter /X, which, I mean, fuck, we're going to be... Our Twitter account is going to be nuked after this, I guarantee it. Like, but if we're still on there, we'll be at Game Rage Mag. You can follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. Check out the All Gas No Trash podcast. And you can go check out the... what did that guy say on our video? He said, all gas, no trash, no ass. Like... That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though the no ass part was really unnecessary. But
yeah.
I mean, it's the thought that counts, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you want to go listen to or go read some articles, you can go to substack.com /at all gas no trash official.
Yes.
And then you can check it out there. Game Rage has one too. It's the same thing, but at Game Rage Magazine. All right. If you want to read some shit on that. But anyways. Okay. So I like legitimately either we're really living in a fucking simulation or I'm losing my fucking mind because I don't understand how just, I don't know, 6 or 7, 8 years ago, however it was when Obama was president, we had all these people, right? The majority of, and likely, let's just be honest, it's probably all the people that voted for Trump, okay? All being like, where's his birth certificate? Tucker Carlson asking about, Obama's not a citizen. We can't blah, blah, blah. Non-citizens shouldn't be making, foreign-born people should not be making decisions about America. And yet now, for some reason, with this whole government shutdown, Elon Musk is making the decisions and influencing our government operations. He's not elected. Yeah, he might be a citizen, but he definitely wasn't born here. And on top of that, they're not even in office yet. Like, they haven't even taken, like, Trump is not even president yet. And they're already doing shit, causing issues. And what essentially happened is the government, the Congress came to this deal. The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, who's a Republican, got this whole deal going for this budget proposal. Now, granted, I do agree in part with some of this shit because the bill was like 1,800 pages long. Oh, no, I'm being facetious. It was like 1,147 pages long. Okay, it was the bill to keep the government funded until March. Okay, it was a 90-day extension.
He also conceded to more. I don't remember all the finer details of the last budget proposal, but he conceded more to the Democratic Party, and that was where we got some backlash 6 months ago.
Yeah, the last time they were pissed because they just put him in power, and then they were like, "Oh, and you're gonna make deals with these assholes?" Okay, well,
he's supposed to like to be like a lackey or stooge to fucking Trump.
Yeah, that's right. So now so they made this deal, and yes, there was a lot of bullshit in there that didn't need to get it didn't need to get funded, right? We didn't need all this shit to be in there to fund the government for 90 more days. This morning, well, yeah, Thursday morning. Wait, what's today? Thursday? Fuck. Wednesday morning, then they're going to vote on this thing. They say, hey, we got a deal. The government shutdown is going to be on the 20th. Well, it'll be the 21st when it turns midnight. Okay, that's when the government will shut down if we don't get anything by. So on the, Wednesday the 18th, they were like in the morning, hey guys, we got a deal. Everybody, the deal has been made. We're going to pass this thing through tomorrow. And so they're like, okay, cool. Well, Elon puts out a tweet and says, oh, this is ridiculous. This is just a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of added bullshit and nonsense and blah, blah, blah. So he starts going on this campaign on Twitter saying, any Republican congressman who votes in favor of this budget, I will personally finance your replacement. This is what he said on Twitter. So then all of the Republican guys were like, oh, fuck, this guy's got all the money in the world. So like,
he only has it because he has government money for Tesla.
Yeah, but it's like his private, or he will bankroll their replacement is basically what he said. And so then they're like, oh, fuck, we can't vote for this. So then all Republicans say, oh, go fuck yourselves. We're not voting on it. We're not gonna vote for this. We're against it now.
That's our money, though.
Right. So then they say no dice. Okay, this shit's not gonna get funded. We need to come up with a better deal. So then another deal gets made today on Thursday, and it's only 86 pages, and it's endorsed by Trump and whatever Elon, I guess, or something. So now this bill that's 86 pages, what it actually did. And the reason why it's a lot shorter is because what it actually did was raise the debt ceiling by $5 trillion. So the older previous bill was only going to raise the debt ceiling by like $2 trillion because they were worried about interest, right? Because we're adding interest onto. They were like, listen, this is just going to add to it, whatever. It's going to keep us going for 90 days. And we'll hammer out the finer details, but we need to raise the debt ceiling a little bit. Maybe it was even less than that. It was maybe less than $1 trillion to raise the debt ceiling, so they can just keep it kind of going for another 90 days, and then they're just going to keep kicking the can down the road of this problem like they always have been. So with the new one, they wanted to raise the debt ceiling by $5 trillion and not revisit this issue until 2027. And what that would have done is because we're paying $1 trillion a year added onto our deficit just in interest alone on the money.
What is, for people that don't know, what is the deficit? Because it's not debts that are owed to like other countries or anything like that. They owe us, right?
No, it's debt we owe to. It's debt we have financed, and so the way because countries can't go to you can go to like banks or whatever and get loans, but the majority of shit is countries. They don't go to banks because what they end up doing is they sell bonds. They sell like bonds to like debt bonds essentially. And so when they need to raise money, they'll sell a bond and they'll sell it to like China or whoever. And they'll say, hey, this bond that we're going to sell you, you give us $5 million. And then in whatever, 10 million years or whatever, or I don't know, however the fucking long it is.
4 or 5 exit.
It'll be, maybe that, or it'll be maybe less than that. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little more than that. I don't know. They all vary. They're very different, every single bond. So that's how they finance shit. So then what the debt is, or the debt ceiling is what the maximum amount of the maximum amount of debt that the United States government as a country is allowed to have. And so that's why they have to keep upping it to change it. So right now it's around like $35 trillion or whatever. And that's money that we basically didn't have, that we had to finance over the last, I don't know, probably 20 years, 30 years. because every year the government does a budget, right? So if the government has a budget where, okay, it's going to cost us $1 million, but we end up spending $2 million, well, now we got to finance that extra $1 million, and that gets added to the debt or the deficit. So our budget deficits are in the hundreds of billions of dollars, and that all just gets tacked onto the deficit.
And there's also like a credit thing for like an entire country, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like where we're at right now. I don't remember if it's like AAA or whatever.
Yeah, right now we're still AAA rated because we are servicing the interest on the debt.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing is we're basically selling. That's why it's like we add $1 trillion to the debt every year in just interest, because we're also financing the interest. We're not even paying the interest. We're just fucking.
We're not even hitting it.
We're not paying the principal.
Yeah.
Hell, we're not even paying the interest. We're just financing more interest, essentially.
Yeah.
So that's why over the last 20 years, this shit's just ballooned to $35 trillion.
Shit's gonna be like the Zimbabwe dollars.
Yeah, basically. So now we've got this situation where we have Elon Musk, who's a billionaire, and Vivek Ramaswamy, who's also a billionaire, interjecting themselves in the other branch, in the legislative branch of government, right? The legislative branch this is their job, right? Is to balance the budget and come up with this shit. Technically, they're not, they're affiliated with the executive branch, but not yet. Trump hasn't taken office yet. Trump is not the president yet. But yet you got these two guys that are part of this quote unquote fake made up government agency, and they're very powerful because they're billionaires and they're throwing their weight around before their candidate they're associated with has even been in office.
They're not even doing it discreetly. That's the weird part.
That is the weird part. And what's even crazier to me is how the media and everybody is just like down with this. Tucker Carlson literally earlier today was at some fucking thing, and he says, this is a quote: "These recent election results mark the end of an era. We will have political debates again, your ideas versus mine, but never again will the richest people in the country silence you by calling your position too immoral to discuss or threaten jail for speaking out. That time is over. It's over." That's what he said. And he fully supports Trump and Elon Musk. And Elon Musk just did that. Yeah. He's a billionaire who just fucking did that. Am I losing my mind? Like, do these fucking assholes that voted for this shit not realize the fucking mistake they've made and what they've done? They haven't even gotten into power yet, and they're already fucking our shit up.
It's like Animal Farm, dude. It's like rules for me, none for thee.
Yep, none for thee.
Some people are just more equal than others.
Yes, that's true. And when we look at this problem that we're facing now, if you don't do what Elon Musk wants you to do, he will just pay enough money to get you voted out of office in the legislative branch. Therefore, through the threat of removal, Elon Musk effectively controls the legislative branch, at least on the Republican side. Because if that's exactly what happened here. And then what was funny is they were all like, oh yeah, we made this 86-page deal. We're all in favor of it. Let's vote on it and get it through. Well, it needs to have a 2/3 majority to skip all of the scrutiny. And they were just like, oh yeah, we can't get it, so it's dead in the water. So now this deal's dead in the water. This new deal's dead in the water. And now we've got like 24 hours before the government shutdown will go into effect. Now, listen, it does suck for some people because, yes, the quote unquote what they consider non-essential workers, no one's going to be getting paid at all who works for the federal government. Non-essential workers are going to fuck off and just go home, and they're not going to be paid. They're going to be furloughed. The military, they can't do that. So you're just going to be working for free until they get this budget thing fixed, and then you'll get a check for whatever you were owed during this time period.
But doesn't a government shutdown mean that the basic necessities are attended for?
Yes, those are the essential personnel, right? And those are the ones that are now just not getting paid. But here's the problem. If it happens long enough, how long do you stick around before you just say, I'm out of here, right? Now, when you're in the military, it's different. You don't really have that choice. You kind of are stuck until your shit's up or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to all the other stuff, you know, who knows how long that takes for people to say fuck it and bounce. Now, I don't know about the longest, because this has happened, I believe, before. Longest U.S. government shutdown.
I want to say it was 2021.
21 days. The most significant was the 21-day shutdown in 95 to 96. And the another one was the 16-day one in 2013. Those have been like the most...
Affordable Care Act, huh?
Yeah, I think that was what it was over. And so what stays open? Emergency personnel, okay, that works. Military, federal law enforcement, doctors and nurses working in federal hospitals, air traffic controllers. They have to work for free.
Those are all essential.
Members of Congress continue to get paid because their pay cannot be altered. So even though we have no money, the Congress people get paid. Mail delivery is not affected. Guillotine, yes, ultra guillotine. Mail delivery is not affected. The Washington, D.C. municipal government may remain open, but that's not for sure. What it gets shut down, at least half of all the civilian workforce, the full-time dual status military technicians, the National Guard, and regular guardsmen, they're all furloughed and not paid while the shutdown's in effect. Any program that's funded by laws other than annual appropriations acts may also be affected. So a lot of the government like aid programs, like money, like if you get your checks the first of the month and all that shit, you ain't gonna be getting those.
Psych,
just kidding. So that's when, the longest one. Oh no, the longest one was 2018 to 2019. It was 35 days, and that was under Trump. So this new one, who the fuck knows? Who knows how long this is gonna last? The Democrats are all pissed off about this whole thing, and it's funny because they've all been calling President Musk and they've been referring to him as Vice President Trump now. And Trump's been silent on this, man. He hasn't said shit.
Spicy.
And that's what's really funny is Trump usually comes out and starts talking shit when people say shit to him. It's been 24 hours since they started saying this, and he hasn't said a fucking word. So I kind of feel like this is them tipping their hand of like, yeah, this is kind of just how it is now. Elon Musk is going to be calling the shots. And again, like I had said before about Elon Musk purchasing his place by funding Trump with hundreds of millions of dollars to get elected, that's the danger. And now we're seeing the danger realized where we have an unelected person influencing our legislative branch in a way that should not be possible.
Well, shit, man, not just that. It's like political opponents also being persecuted. Adam Schiff has been one of those people that served on the January 6th committee, and you know how Trump made it pretty clear that he has every intention of calling out those people, and who the fuck knows what's gonna happen with that. And I'm kind of curious if Joe Biden's gonna pardon Adam Schiff and anybody that was associated with the January 6th committee because of the implications of not doing so.
Yeah.
Preemptively doing it to prevent these people from ending up going to fucking jail.
Yeah, maybe. And listen, there's some of the stuff that I'm in favor for, but I don't think, again, billionaires should be the ones determining what's good and what's not. Because again, at the end of the day,
self-serving.
Yeah, they're not going to do what's best for us. They're going to do what's best for them. And it's never been more evident in our entire fucking history that it really is the top versus bottom now.
Okay. But have things really all changed all that much from numerous centuries of humanity? Have things ever really changed? Maybe the context is a little bit different, but it's always the same. There's people at the top and there's the rest of us.
Yeah. And it's always been like that. And we go through these periods where there's upheaval in that order because the people at the bottom realize there's more of us than there are of them, and we start killing them, essentially.
Yeah.
And then we have we have a small period, but that's the problem is inherently with humanity, we're all a bunch of fucking greedy assholes at the end of the day. So anyone who gets into power, sure, maybe it lasts for a year or two where like there's some altruism, there's some like, hey, doing what's best for everyone type bullshit. But then at the end of the day, it always ends up going back to we get into this same fucking situation where we get into the same situation where those people that are in power abuse it, and then eventually it causes those at the bottom to say, fuck it, we can't keep doing this, and then we violently oppose them or depose them. I mean, this tweet that Elon Musk put out, this shows how much your voice matters. And having a president like @real Donald Trump means that your voice is finally heard. That is a level of gaslighting that I don't fucking think I've ever seen perpetrated before in my entire life.
Yeah, but it works because
it works 100% because all these people online are like, oh yes, this is just so great. This is the greatest fucking thing ever. It's so great. Oh, what? It's not great. You can't sit here and tell me that you are in favor of killing healthcare CEOs because they're fucking us over, but you're cool with Elon Musk deciding what the government pays for. You cannot. Those two things are not compatible. And if you have the ideology that those two things are, you need to really fucking look and sit down and decide what your fucking life is about, because those things cannot be coexisting in terms of your ideology. They just can't. And you need to pick a side because the time is coming to have to pick a side. So, anyways,
cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. I said I did respond to Elon Musk's tweet when he tweeted it out.
What'd you say?
He said, "Ever seen a bigger piece of pork?" And he showed like a picture of the actual bill. And then I said, "Damn, I guess all those peasants that needed help from the hurricanes are just gonna die now." Hey, you got any more of that cake everyone keeps talking about? I didn't get a response, but you know, I mean, like, I don't think I ever would. But it's still funny to do. And then, you know, for the record, when the FBI ends up going through all my shit in one of these days, they'll be like, "Oh, look at all these things he said to Elon Musk. Ah, what a terrorist." I don't know. Fucking. Anyways, yeah, I guess that's it though. So yeah, this is fucked. This situation's fucked. And yes, we are going to continue talking about this because it's interesting to me. So, and I think it's important. So. We'll let you know. We'll keep you posted on what the fuck happens with this. I don't think they're going to come to an agreement before this whole shutdown will happen. So I do think that the line will be crossed and the shutdown will happen. Now, how long is it going to happen? Is it going to last longer than 35 days? I have no fucking idea.
Who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows? Now, granted, when Trump, I mean, right now the Congress still is not with all of the majorities yet, because that doesn't go in until January 1st or whatever.
For the new Congress.
Yeah, for the new Congress. So, like...
What's the majority?
It's slim. It's just a simple majority in both of them.
Okay.
So it's very slim, though, in the House of Representatives. And there was another Republican senator Republican congressman that defected to the Democrat side.
Who's that?
Fuck. He announced it today. Republican defector. Let's see. Defector 2024. Let's see.
So what's the difference between the House of Senate seats? Is it like 3 or 4?
It's very slim. It's like, let me see. And then that's the other thing I want to talk about real quick. Rand Paul.
Good buddy Rand Paul?
Oh, no, not good buddy. He's dead to me, Rand Paul, now. Legitimately is suggesting, because I didn't actually know this, but the Speaker of the House, okay, who's the third person in line to be President of the United States, does not have to be a senator or a congressman. It can be anyone. Now,
what are you getting at?
Well, what he said, he suggested that Elon Musk should be selected.
Oh,
but
man.
Here's the problem with that. And I will say this, there are many other senators that came on to Twitter and said, "Hey, that's actually a really good idea. We're going to look into this." I'll tell you why that could never happen. You can't be third in line to be president and not be a natural born citizen, because that's one of the requirements to be president is you have to be born in the United States. And Elon Musk was not. So he should automatically be out. So hopefully we won't have that.
I don't know, man. Stranger things have happened.
That's true. Vivek Ramaswamy, though, he was born here. So they could theoretically put him in. And I think this may be what their goal is saying, oh, shit, what if we get this dude in here as the house? And then it's never happened in the history of the United States that a non-representative, non-elected official has held that post. But it can.
So what would be problematic about that? Would it be that there's a foreign agent? I mean, not that he's technically a foreign agent, but that's what one would think is if somebody like that.
Sure, that's a problem that could be an issue, right? Additionally, the major one I see is that an unelected official now, it's someone who is just elected by people we elected. Now we're getting into like some weird parliamentary shit, which that's not how the system works. And I think that's why the system has not allowed for this to happen, because there's never been enough support for people to be like, oh yeah, let's nominate someone who's not even one of us to do this. But now there seems to be a fair possibility, because I think you only need just to get a simple fucking majority. So the Republicans do have that. And if Elon Musk says, hey, anybody who opposes this, because he just set the precedent of if anyone opposes what I want to do, I will personally fund your replacement in the Republican Party for your seat. I will do it, and you'll be gone. So if he says, hey, guys, obviously maybe he won't be able to do it, because I'm sure they're going to have legal scholars looking into it. And listen, I don't know if there's a loophole where if he were to be selected to be president because of, the line of succession somehow, if it would skip him if you're not a natural, if you don't meet the requirements, if it just skips you. I don't know. There's no provision for that. So maybe they'll make one. Maybe they won't even. Maybe they'll say, "Who cares?"
What does it matter if it becomes a banana republic anyways?
Right. None of it matters anyways. Well, if Elon Musk is the Speaker of the House, we've become a true banana fucking republic at the end of the day. Or Vivek Ramaswamy, if that is what happens. But if he says, "Hey, I can't do it, but I want this guy to be the House Speaker," and being Vivek, his buddy Vivek on the Department of Government Efficiency, well then shit. You got a real chance that this could probably happen. So, I don't know. Either way, this is heading in the wrong direction. This is not going for the better.
With no immediate possible solution for the budget.
Correct. Now, and that's also continuing to pile up and be a problem. And now maybe, like I said, that's what I was saying, is maybe it'll get to the 20th or the 1st or whatever when the new Congress starts. Maybe with their simple majority, they'll be able to push something through all the way.
Maybe.
But maybe not. I don't know. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Anyways, yeah, this is fucking whack. You got anything else to add?
Fuck no.
All right. Well, go to Game Rage Magazine, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Soon to be deleted, but Game Rage Mag on Twitter /X. Also likely soon to be deleted. Anyways, Substack.com/@allgasnotrashofficial.
It's good we got started on writing articles on Substack, because now we have one other outlet in written form.
Yeah, for people to see, because now with everything being nearly shut down between TikTok and Twitter, well, not Twitter, but being exiled from Twitter. we may be only directing people to go to our Substacks soon enough, depending on what happens.
Yep.
So anyways, that'll be it for us. I guess we'll catch you on the next one.